Whenever Zambia gets to travel out, so obviously I know that you're excited. You're happy.
I am. I mean, they have one of the most unique slogans in the league. It's been impressive how they have maintained and built upon it. It just runs back for a very, very long time. In my days when I used to watch them play, basketball, they used the slogan to motivate and instill fear in the opponents, and they've picked up that and maintained it, and it's a beautiful slogan, I'm telling you. Impressive. I love it. Yeah. This evening, an impressive clash, big clash, end of round one to close it. Buffalo versus the Matero Magic, one for the ages, and I really like what we're about to see this evening. Quick first five for you on the Buffalo side.
So we are looking at, from the Buffalo side, the veteran point guard Thomas Mawaso himself starting this particular encounter, which just shows the importance and the significance that Green Buffaloes attaches to this game. Yep. So we've got Thomas Mawaso on the court. We've got a young point guard there, Wilfred, starting as well. Very talented, extremely gifted young man. Can do quite a lot of things on the basketball court. What I love about him is his versatility and his intelligence on the floor.
Yes.
Is really something that just amazes me each time I get to watch him. And he's a young man, you know. Somebody was even criticizing me the other day, saying, how come you only say good things about Wilfred? Well, he has earned it.
Yeah, he has.
He's a good player, you know. He has earned it. He's a good player.
Not taking it away from him. He's been a league MVP before.
Exactly.
And well
league
deserved.
MVP before.
It's
so
very well deserved.
He deserves to be talked about as much as we can. We also have Kanyama, who is starting in jersey number 6 for Green Buffaloes, on the floor at the moment. And we also have... I'm trying to see there. Okay, that's okay. I know Vumba is not starting. Eddie.
Yeah.
Okay. So Eddie.
Eddie Vumba is on. It looks like he's on the bench. Right?
Oh, okay. Eddie is on bench as regular starter. But we've got jersey 10, who is Chairway, that is starting for the military outfit at the moment. Now, I don't know. Mike Banda at the moment is not on the court, so I'm not sure whether he's starting or he's not starting. But I know that for this particular fixture, obviously, my favorite, Dikembe Mutombo,
Mr. Wave.
Exactly.
Mr. Wave.
He has to start obviously this game. So for me, I think that is the first 5 that I think the military outfit will give us this evening.
Of course, definitely. It does look like, I think it's just trying to play their minds on it, but it is looking like Mike Banda will start the number 14 Mike Banda will play. So a small delay in the game, some contentions right now.
Yeah, so but anyway, as whatever the delay is about to get sorted out, I think you can take us through, George, who you think will be able to start for the Tamanga boys.
We have the young baby Embiid, Joseph Bwabwa, on the floor. Of course, the experience of Augustine Kayinda into play. Then we have the captain, Stizi Trona, on that particular play. Spoikan and Goma as well, the shooting guard, emphatic shooting guard. Then we have a different look, a different feel. We have Elijah Mbochu on the floor as well. That's the starting 5 in this particular ball game tonight.
So it will be an interesting matchup in the sense that Green Buffaloes at the moment on the Lord standings is sitting second to Munali Suns, and Matero Magic is right after them on the third. So obviously whoever gets to win this game takes the second position, and whoever gets to lose may maintain third or drop further depending on the outcome of tomorrow's fixtures, and we will be able to see how the Lord standings will pan out during the week. But so far, Green Buffaloes came off an emphatic win last week. I think the highest for the season so far in the A-League. Over 45 points blowout win against Hawks Basketball Club. And Matero Magic did not have any fixture last weekend, coming off a loss again from Green Buffaloes on the Copper Belt during the tournament, which the military outfit again beat Matero Magic to win. And obviously, we have noticed another thing is that the MVP for that particular tournament is not starting in this fixture. He's actually on the bench for Green Buffalo. So it will be an interesting fixture, George, and we will see what this game has for us.
You know what? You know the twist of this interesting fixture is next week. It will be a reverse play, which means they will face each other again going into round 2.
Mike Banda wins the tip-off as usual. For Green Buffaloes, it is Wilfred with the basketball.
Emma right at it, at the 3, to try and shoot the particular ball game.
I love the confidence here from Emma. He saw an open shot and
he took advantage of it.
Exactly. That's what shooters do.
Yeah.
That's what shooters do.
Exactly.
You see an open shot, you take it. Matero Magic now with the possession. Augustine kind of launches a 3, fails to convert, and Emma
out-muscling the captain, Steezy Chona, and picks up a foul early as they both went for the rebound, but unfortunately,
an interesting matchup between the two, George. If you look at Emma, slightly small-bodied compared to Steezy Chona, the Matero Magic captain, but both of them play similar positions. They can be your 4 when need arises, and they're your 3.
Exactly. And impressively, yes, you won't take that away from them. They play same positions as well. Easy tool for Chono, for Mr. Chona right now, on that fast break play right there. Mike Banda working, faking Elijah.
Unfortunately, couldn't quite convert on that one.
Boabo getting to work, young indeed, outside Augustine to Elijah. Currently playing in the League of Uganda. Picked up by Chongo, rebounding. Augustine for the second 3. Makes it count from the first attempt and makes the second one. It is 5-0 right now. Rejected by Elijah.
Matero Magic on the play. Elijah leads it for Matero Magic, who are sitting on a 7-point lead at the moment. Green Buffaloes yet to find the back of the net in this fixture. Buffaloes with the ball. Mike Banda launches, fails to convert. Joseph Boabo with the rebound. Augustine charging forward for the Tamanga boys. Good steal there from Wilfred Banda. Good read. But unfortunately, just couldn't quite keep the play. But that's a very good defensive read there from Wilfred for Green Buffaloes.
Exactly.
Snake Muscle launches. Snake Muscle fails to convert. Mike Banda emphatically picks the rebound. It is Wilfred with the basketball. Wilfred finds Mike. Mike plays the victory. Good pass there from Thomas Malasso. Unfortunately, that couldn't go in. But what a very, very interesting read there from the skipper himself.
A foul on that 3-point attempt.
I think Mike Banda needs to watch out. You know, this is a very crucial game where he is needed.
Yep.
Especially where, you know, it is going. So we don't expect him to be challenging those carelessly. I think he's got enough length and physique to be able
Yep.
So those of you that are watching this game, Matero Magic is leading by 7-0 against Green Buffaloes at the at the Zamshu. I think Nasdaq
Your
needs to
love
start
for
paying me.
Nasdaq. Yeah,
Exactly.
your love for Nasdaq. Too much publicity for them.
I'm telling you, they just need to stop paying me at the moment because
Yep.
I am really over publicizing Nasdaq. But hey, that is the home of Zambian basketball.
Exactly.
At the end of the day. So timeout for Green Buffaloes, and Coach Isaiah wants to have a conversation with the military men just to be able to get them in rhythm and in sync with this important fixture that is currently taking off.
Yep. Talking about the defensive shift, Buffaloes have enough extension to cover the court, and it didn't have to have Mike in that situation where he had to go outside the three and foul Spoik and Ngoma. So they just need to extend themselves more, make themselves bigger, and they should be able to cover the length of the court.
And also the guys that are playing top for Green Buffaloes have one responsibility, which is Spoik and Ngoma needs 2 of his 3 shots from the foul line. So the guards from Green Buffaloes also need to be very aware. Whenever there's a turnover, pressure must be applied on the person that is charging the ball forward
Right.
for Matero Magic to be able to cut on those fast break. Spoik and Ngoma makes 3 of his shots from the foul line of a Mike Banda foul.
And immediately Spoikan, careless, commits the foul. Wilfred calmly bringing up the ball under no pressure whatsoever. Smart point guard attracts the foul, and now it is Buffalo's possession. Emma at the 3, thinks about it, drives emphatically, finding Staka, makes it count on that cherry. 10-2. Buffalo's registering their presence. Elijah, 3-point shot. Outside.
With the rebounds.
Spoiken again.
Launch and snake muscle. Unfortunately, that didn't go in. It is Joe with the rebound. Thomas Mabasa deflecting. Takes matters in his own hands. That is what you call maturity.
Yep.
That is what you call experience. The ability to recognize when a lane is free and what it can give you. Exploiting basically what the game gives you. Oh, is it a side?
Side ball, but the act was in the
I'm actually
layup.
surprised. He was actually in the act of shooting the ball, and the referee feels that Thomas Mabasa makes them pay. He says, it's all right. If you don't give me my 2 shots, I'm going to punish you from the 3.
Exactly.
10-5. Green Buffaloes finding the offensive rhythm in this game against the Matero Magic.
That was a clear lane foul to the basket, but the refs chose to give it a side ball. Rebounded by Mike Banda impressively, finding an outlet to Chewe. Chewe to the again.
Thomas Mabasa, the veteran, showing and electrifying the place, showing everybody his shooting powers. Now, for those of you that do not know Thomas Mabasa, he can do that all day.
Every day, and it's very, very impressive that he still has his shooting powers at that time.
12-8 is the score here at the Zamshu Arena.
Thomas Mabasa has been doing that for years.
Over 20 years.
Consistently.
Over 20 years.
Consistently doing the correct decisions. Pulling up on the 3 twice and making it count.
He's ready for this encounter.
Exactly.
And I can tell you, he's ready for this encounter. Good defense there from Wilfred. Wilfred and the veteran Mabasa. He lays it. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Mabasa. Look at the gesturing. Telling Augustin Calendar, I've been doing this for a long time.
When you're still in diapers, I was playing
When
basketball.
you're in diapers, man, I was playing basketball.
Thomas
Thomas Mabasa being the spark that Green Buffaloes need at the moment, leading the charge of the military men, showing the way.
Right now, 12-10. And they are down 1 point in this early encounter.
Buffaloes beginning to find their offensive rhythm in this game, and the crowd is loving it. The crowd is actually enjoying this showcase. this. Can Matero Magic respond to the momentum that we've seen from Green Buffaloes? And it is no other than Elijah who's left open for Matero Magic, and he knocks down a 3. It is 15-11. Wilfred against Augustine Kainda.
Chewe working against Bwabwa. Finding Mike Banda. Mike Banda. Silent. Mid-range Mike Banda. Fails to be secured by Joseph Bwabwa. Augustine Kainda to Chongo. Chongo finding himself
Skipper
open.
thought about it.
Decides to take a 3. Easy tip by Elijah Mbochi.
Utilizing his length and size on that play, giving Matero Magic 2 points. Chewa launches a 3. Chewa does it! We are having ourselves an interesting game.
Sent away careless possession by Elijah.
Thomas Mavasso, ladies and gentlemen, the veteran point that the doing everything possible this evening to apply pressure on the defense of Matero Magic, and the crowd is loving it here at the Zambian in Lusaka. It is an evenly matched Green Buffaloes up against the Tamanga Boys. Could this be an event of what transpired on the Copa Bell? Well, we will wait to see. But so far, Matero Magic doing everything possible to show their prowess. But Green Buffaloes again proving to everybody that they belong in the conversation of great basketball teams in the Zambian League. 17-14 baskets here at the Samshu Arena. Green Buffaloes met a substitute. Wilfred has checked out the game.
Eddie Vumba.
And Eddie Vumba, another lethal player. By the way, George, last weekend Eddie had an extraordinary game. And I will tell you this, I think last week was for shooters.
Yes.
Junior from Lilanda Hits, Laxon Dhaka, made 11 3-pointers and closed the game with almost 40 points. Came from down when they were, I think, about 20 points down.
Yes.
Junior brought them back and gave them a win with over 10 points. Eddie Vumba equally had an extraordinary shooting display against Hawks Basketball Club. Miscommunication there between Joseph Barbara and the captain, Steezy Chona. It is Green Buffaloes that are trailing by a point, 17-16, with an opportunity to convert. Chewa launches. Chewa fails to score.
Beautiful rebound by Mike.
The veteran launches. Mike Banda with the rebound. Mike Banda didn't quite convert. Mike Banda tries to get. And this time around, he gets it right. Buffaloes for the first time up in this game. It is 18 baskets to 17. Can Matero Magic respond? Augustine Kainda works something out. Snake Muscles Poikangoma with the ball.
To Joseph. Beautiful swing right now. Finding Joe MB to Joseph. Joseph thinks about it at the 3. Augustine waiting.
Augustine from distance. Magic is back in the lead again. 20-18 baskets. Augustine Kainda making it look easy.
Working Emma out to the veteran Waso Eddie Vumba to Mike Banda, Chewe to the veteran Thomas.
Veteran launches. Thomas Mavasso.
Couldn't get his feet set. And Emmanuel registering himself on the free throw line, aggressively going after that basketball. And my oh my, the atmosphere right now, it's electric. These are games that can go either way, but the discipline from both teams is amazing.
And just the display, the quality of basketball that we're seeing at the moment is such a joy to watch.
Yes.
And really, you can see that both teams not only have a good and exceptional basketball heritage, but it is an evenly matched competition. Green Buffaloes, a reputable team in the league that needs no introduction. Their achievements speak for themselves, and so is Matero Magic.
Exactly. 20 up right now.
Ngoma gets substituted for Matero Magic. We now have Mukwiza, the new signee from Heroes Basketball Club, which was recently disbanded. So Matero Magic is the beneficiary of that particular development in the league. Mukwiza's first touch, he decides to drive and almost makes it, but Joseph Baba is there for the cleanup. And talking about Mukwiza, this is what he brings to the table.
Exactly.
He's very strong, he can jump, he can attack the hoop.
Yes. And for a player like Mukwiza coming off an injury, he is healthy and a good addition for Matero Magic right now.
So Green Buffaloes unfortunately lost that particular possession. It is Michael Mwani, another new signee for the Tamanga Boys, who replaces the captains TC Jonah. So Bosch and Mukwiza both recently signed with Matero Magic this week actually.
Yep.
And today they have an opportunity to play and share the court.
Joseph at the 3 to Bosch, immediately going baseline. Bosch turns around, finds Joseph. Augustine thinks about it. Short on that particular play. Defensive rotation from Buffalo is exceptional, altering the shot of Augustine Kainda. And that's what you need from every club and team. Edivumba at the 3, looking.
And in a game of basketball, George,
The veteran.
almost nails that one. My word, this house would have gone crazy had that one went in from distance. But anyway, talking about your point earlier, the issue of defense, I think Green Buffaloes is doing an amazing job at that. And if you're going to play good defense as a team, how that is seen often is when the other team is forced
Exactly.
to execute or do something out of pressure. Then you have played your defense. Eddie Vumba relatively quiet in this game.
Emmanuel thinks about it. At the 3, short. Immediately to the runs. Outlet pass. So
Skipper veteran Mamaso gets substituted. We now have the MVP, who is Kieran, that has come in. Joseph Bwabwa there couldn't do anything. Good defense there from Green Buffaloes that forced Joseph Bwabwa to run out of ideas of what to do with the basketball. What a sequence of defensive plays from both teams.
Yep.
Making sure that every possession counts, and on every possession there is a challenge. Augustine Kainda trying to work out something for the Tamanga Boys. Mukwiza there decides to pull up for a 3, fails to convert. Mike Banda with the rebound. Isaac over to the MVP. MVP registers his positions on the floor with the layup.
You can see the hunger from the Buffalo side. You can see by the team that wants to win this particular ball game. Both teams giving each punch for punch. I haven't seen any laps in any play. They have executed their first quarter brilliantly to a point where it is actually 22 up right now. The veteran
George, we have concluded the first quarter of this encounter between Green Buffaloes and Matero Magic. A very, very spectacular showpiece of basketball between the two giant clubs in the Zambian Basketball League. And so far, what we've seen is tactical discipline, you know, impressive efficiency.
Yes.
And when you talk about defense and offense, what we've noticed so far equally on that end is that both teams are making it count.
Exactly. Leadership from Buffaloes has been key, fundamental. Thomas Mawaso, open space, taking the shot, called for an offensive foul, but was able to respond positively by making two crucial 3-point shots. Mike Banda's presence as well in the paint was significant and instrumental. Complemented and supplemented by Emmanuel as well. The additions of Eddie Vumba on that one is spectacular.
I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. When you talk about leadership, Thomas Mawaso has demonstrated exactly just that and proved to everybody why, despite over 20 years of playing the game of basketball, he still should be the captain of this young team, which is Green Buffaloes. And another thing that we've noticed from the first quarter, George, yes, Matero Magic is relatively doing very well when it comes to defensive stoppages, but when it comes to presence in the paint,
yes,
I think Mike Banda also has been a very
instrumental
huge factor. Exactly, yes. He's been instrumental for the military side, and we're yet to see how Matero Magic is going to respond to that. I know Joseph Wabo, the young man, has been extremely, doing the best that he could at the moment, but they've got Bosch who can play 4 and sometimes 5 depending on what the defense gives him. They've got Daniel Musanchi that we're yet to see introduced in this game. I'm talking about the gentleman Daniel Musanchi. As we begin the second quarter, he has just made his appearance in the game for the first time. So we've got Michael Mwale, Bosch, we've got Mukwiza, Augustin Kainda, and Gilbert.
Exactly. Running a rotation at the 3.
Mukwiza on the layup. Basket.
Layup. Foul was on the floor. Foul was on the floor.
So talking about Mukwiza, remember earlier on I told you that he's what you would refer to as a slasher.
Yes.
Okay. He sees an open lane, he will punish you for it.
Exactly. Joseph immediately trying to find Daniel Sanchez, but the pass was too physical for Daniel.
No, but I think Daniel just needs to get in the weight room, if you ask me, because I've watched a couple of games where Daniel Musanchi struggles to catch those kind of passes underneath. Snake Muscles Boy Kaluma, I think, has made quite a lot of such kind of passes.
Eddie Vumba for the 3-point shot. Silent in the last 3 minutes of the quarter. Opening the second quarter, shoots a 3, giving the lead by 3. And the chance by Buffalo's defense on their end here.
Good defense there. Good defense there from the MVP of the tournament that was hosted on the top of that from Green Buffaloes, forcing Augustin Kainda to take a rushed shot. And about Eddie Vumba, what we just witnessed there, Magic better pray it's not the beginning of what we witnessed last
weekend. Yep.
Because when Eddie lights it up, he's very difficult to shut.
Exactly.
He's very difficult to shut.
Complimenting what you say, a player like Eddie Vumba should not be left open. When he gets his rhythm, it's difficult to guard. And we saw that first catch and shoot attempt immediately lights it up. 26-22, Buffaloes in the lead right now. Calmly taken by the MVP of the tournament. Easy free throw attempt.
I love his recent form. I think ever since this man came from the Copper Belt, there's just something different about him.
His aura is different.
Daniel Musanchi there to get the rebound as Mike Banda makes sure that the challenge landed the ball in the hands of Buffalo. Matero Magic better play. Matero Magic better be playing at the moment. Matero Magic better be playing. If this man lights it up, it's going to be too hot in this place. Daniel Musanchi. And referee Clement says it's a travel violation. Green Buffaloes in the lead at the moment. 30 baskets to 22. An 8-point lead courtesy of Eddie Vumba and the MVP himself, Mr. Perry, in jersey 9.
Look at the touches that he has had in this particular ball game. Opening the second quarter, 2 touches, all of them 3-point shots, and all of them made. It is a problem. If he gets hot and Magic don't readjust their defense, he is going to cause a lot of damage, as he did last weekend. Both players coming from the Copper Belt, Eddie Vumba and the MVP, have a different aura to this particular ball game tonight. 32.
I'm talking about an aura. Obviously, we're yet to see Matero Magic substitutions being able to maintain. We saw from the first team the momentum was quite high. They were able to match Buffalo's energy. They were able to make sure that the exceptional shooting of Captain Thomas Mawaso was really brought under control. And from this timeout goal by Matero Magic, we need to see how they're going to respond to this. But so far, Green Buffaloes starting the second quarter on a high note and finding their offensive rhythm.
Exactly. Impressively approached by Green Buffaloes, exploiting themselves on that particular ball game. So you're looking at patient play from them. Mike Banda screen and roll. Known for that play.
What a nice pick and roll play there.
That is what Mike Banda brings in the paint. One pick, he seals his defender, no chance of the player trying to rotate or cover that space. He immediately made it possible for himself to earn a trip to the line.
So old man David Musonda checks in from Matero Magic. And the question that obviously we would ask is, this is a very fast-paced game. We know David is capable of playing good defense, offense, but the biggest strength he has at the moment is his IQ. You know, a legend himself. And looking at the basketball, looking at the composition of Green Buffaloes at the moment, quick legs from the MVP himself, period. You've got Eddie Vumba also who can run at a very fast pace. So do you think that this is something that Matero Magic can handle?
There's a reason why he said he still has 5 years to play this league, which means he's ready and up for the challenge. And also, he's the veteran of the Matero Magic side, so he's trying to contribute significantly to this particular ball game, which I believe he will positively in that particular ball game. Mike Banda, 1 of 2.
31 to 22 baskets. Green Buffaloes in the lead with 9 points. And those of you that are watching this broadcast, wherever you are, let us know where you're watching from and interact with us. Jermaine Maui surprisingly picking the rebound in the paint.
Exactly. In addition to the team as well, Matero Magic, Jermaine Maui showing signs of coming back to his formidable self. The rhythm of the game is there. His composure, his IQ. Of course, you will not take away physicality. You can be disadvantaged, but your mental aspect to the game. Jermaine brings that approach as well. Good IQ as he earns himself a trip to the line for 2.
Interesting substitutions there from Matero Magic, taking out Mukweza and also substituting Gilbert, bringing back Elijah and Steezy Chona, the captain, with Daniel Musanshi and Super G on the floor. Obviously expect that Daniel Musanshi and Jermaine will be playing down in the paint as Steezy Chona, David and Elijah take up the talk.
7 minutes played, 31-24. Buffaloes still in the lead. Emmanuel tried to do enough. Immediately, Emmanuel again on the 3. Thinks about it. Rebounded comfortably by Elijah, but fouled by Mike Banda. Looks to the bench. Buffaloes.
So Coach Isaiah making a substitution, bringing on Mwenda, aka Hyper. Obviously, Green Buffaloes need some hype in this game, hence the change and the substitution.
Hyper taking the floor, and now the veteran directing traffic. David Musonda looking for a pick, finds Jermaine, stops, thinks about it, finds Steezy. Steezy in the corner looking, attacks the baseline. Cross could pass to Elijah Mbochi. Mbochi thinks about the 3. far end of the rim. And Wenda, aka Hyper, couldn't get to the ball quickly. Up to Jermaine, mid-range to Devi, 1-2 punch. To Elijah Mbochi, failing to control. Steezy, baseline, floater, failing.
Box!
Secured by Mike Binder. The race is on. Wenda. And the contact on appeal.
What a block there from Elijah.
Emmanuel finding himself. He is called for a travel.
Travel call there by the referee, and Emmanuel could not believe from Green Buffaloes that the referee saw a travel, and the referee's justification is that there was a shift in the pivot.
Yes. Good find by the ref and a contention. Arguably, they have to align themselves. Steezy immediately to the braces. Drives, fails. Mike, Wenda, Emmanuel attacking. Finding Eddie Vumba. Mike follows through.
Super cheap with the rebound from Matero Magic.
Immediately,
Elijah with the
Mbochi.
drive. David Musonda fails to convert. And Daniel Musanshi there commits a foul on Green Buffaloes. Emmanuel, who's doing an amazing job of securing rebounds and boxing out, and basically just doing the little things that matter for the men in uniform.
Hyper, Emmanuel to Hyper, Hyper to Vumba, Vumba. The bottom of the net.
This game of basketball is slowly turning into an anti-Vumba show. Continuing from where he left off last week, he has now given Green Buffaloes a 10 points lead at a 34 to 24 baskets. The Tamanga boys are trailing.
Immediately going to the hoop after that impressive shot by Eddie Vumba at the apex of the three-point shot. 5 minutes played in this particular second quarter, I beg your pardon. Elijah making one.
So the Zambian arena, ladies and gentlemen, is packed to capacity with fans standing literally on their feet, just matching the energy of this game.
Substitution, Mike Banda.
So Coach Isaiah makes a substitution on Mike Banda and immediately calls for a timeout. The men in uniform are still leading by 9 points, 34 to 25. Green Buffaloes picking up momentum and doing everything that they can to make sure that they keep the Tamanga boys at bay.
The servicemen showing what arsenal they have in their barracks, shooting from all angles, defending their barracks and saying, you're not going to walk into our territory and have it easy in this particular ball game. 34-25.
George Lungo is joining us online on the Litovia television platform, asking what the scores are at the moment. It is 25 to 34. Green Buffaloes ahead of Matero Magic at the moment. And it is a timeout for Green Buffaloes, and Coach Isaiah most likely will make a change during this timeout, which will see the introduction of
Edward Baloy
that is coming on for the men in uniform. That's Chinyama
Ball.
Popularly known as Baloy. But talking about the substitution, obviously Baloy is going to replace Mike Banda, who has done an amazing job of securing rebounds for the men in uniform. And this is something that Magic needs to work on at the moment, the issue of securing rebounds, because rebounds give you possession.
Exactly.
So if in that department you're lacking, becomes a challenge.
No, he literally registers his presence every time. You need a forward in that position to alter all types of shots, regardless of how the basketball game is played. And Mike Banda brings that particular versatility to the team.
hyper launches, hyper hits for Green Buffaloes. 36 to 25. It is an 11-point game once again. Green Buffaloes in the lead.
Introduction of Emma on the floor as a shooter as well. Right away, trying to shoot the ball. Picked up by the MVP. Timothy doing what he has to do. Finding Hyper.
But unfortunately, Hyper there loses the ball off the dribble as he was trying to muscle his way into the paint. It is still 36 to 25. Green Buffaloes in the lead here at the Zambian Arena in Lusaka. Let us know where you're watching us from on our various social media platforms, Litovia television Facebook page, Matero Magic, and of course ZB Blogs Sport, where this game is streaming. Stevie Chona, the referee says it's a charge. Hyper there, doing extra, doing the little things for Green Buffaloes there. Possession goes over to the men in uniform. The battle of the second and the third on the log standing, George.
Exactly. Bumba again.
My word!
For the three.
My word! Jeez. Look, man, I understand. Looking at where it is coming from at the moment, it's very, very difficult for defenses to be able to handle. If Aristo loses it there for Matero Magic, the crowd is getting excited here. Eddie Vumba is giving fans worth of their money.
Exactly. Swing. Lost in possession. A little bit too excited on that particular ball game.
Matero Magic makes a substitution there. Snake Muscle replaces the captain. Foul trouble for Buffaloes in the attempt. So Green Buffaloes already has 15 fouls.
Yes. Green Buffaloes flags are up. And they have to be very cautious right now. They're playing very physical, which is needed in the basketball game. But the physicality should not be overstretched because any foul takes Matero Magic to the free throw line. Currently score standing at 39-25. 3 minutes 46 seconds right now. And Evaristo fails to make the first particular play.
So there is a technical stoppage at the moment. I don't know exactly what it is. Oh, the referees, there's something, I think there's some spillage on the court, which must be attended to. I don't know where the spillage is. So both teams taking advantage of the spillage on the court, and referee Clement takes it upon himself to go and clean the court so that the game can
resume.
At the moment, Green Buffaloes sitting at 39 baskets to 25 for Matero Magic on a comfortable 14 points lead.
Yep.
Eddie Vumba is having yet, George, an amazing game.
You need to appreciate a player who can mentally stay in that particular zone after coming back from a very impressive shooting streak last week. Coming back here picks up. I mean, he only had, I think, less than 4 touches in the first half, in the first quarter, by the way. And opens up the second quarter, 2 shots on 2 touches. For any player who's thinking about the basketball game, you should have a mentality such as Eddie Vumba's right now. He's in the zone. He's taking it upon himself to actually give the Green Buffaloes a lead.
I agree with you, George. And I mean, for me, it's just the ability to be able to maintain a rhythm. We saw him go on an onslaught last week against Hawks Basketball Club. And this week is yet again showing us an impressive display of shooting the basketball. So we're yet to see both teams taking advantage of this technical stoppage of the game, and we will be able to see what is going to happen. But tactically speaking, at the moment, Green Buffalo so far seems to be responding adequately to this challenge, especially where the offense is concerned.
They're up for the task. They've been preparing for this game mentally, I believe, picking it up from Copper Belt, coming all the way, riding on that momentum that they win the tournament, impressive tournament, and now they have stated to say, we will not remove our foot off the gas, but we'll continue pumping our engines and trying to get themselves a table switch going into round 2. Three minutes 46 seconds in that particular ball game right now, as the court needs to be cleaned of some spillage to protect each player from any unnecessary injury obtained from that.
And the other thing that we must mention, George, is that the spillage is coming from the fact that this place at the moment
is in arm's reach of the funds.
I'm telling you, like, there's literally no space, George.
Yeah.
There's literally no space here at the Zambian Arena, because basketball fans from across the city of Lusaka and beyond who are in Lusaka have converged here to witness this fixture between Green Buffaloes and Matero Magic, an old rivalry that relishes the opportunity each time these two teams meet, and it's never a disappointing affair.
Never.
Because what we are exposed to is quality basketball, exceptionally competitive.
Exactly. Indeed, it is competitive, and we are back at the particular basketball arena.
One shot.
Evaristo makes 1. (26-39), calmly. Come on, Balon, working. Beautiful.
My word! Chinyama showing some skills, putting tricks out of his bag, finding Eddie Vumba, converts a 2 for the man in uniform. Green Buffaloes again on the top.
Elijah working on the spin move, and he is
there with a foul. We must be very careful, because that foul could easily be an unsportsman foul.
Exactly.
Easily be an unsportsman foul.
Exactly. It is actually an unsportsman foul. It is ruled for an unsportsman foul.
Okay. Yeah, because clearly his intention was not anywhere to stop the ball.
Yep.
Blocks out.
41-26. 2 minutes 54 to end the half. Rebounded. Hyper couldn't just get closer to the rebound in that particular ball game. Substitution
That checks in
for the veteran David
Musonda.
Musonda.
In fact, David is beyond a veteran.
Yeah.
I like to call him the old man.
Who is actually celebrating his birthday today. So,
Exactly.
happy birthday to you, Mr. Msonda.
Good
It's impressive.
there from Green Buffaloes.
Jermaine thought about it.
Hey! Control, man!
Inside to Hyper. Couldn't get it soft on the board. It's a dry spell from Buffaloes right now on the offensive end. Get it ready, get back in. Wilfred on the substitution.
I'm talking about a dry spell, which Isaiah trying to test that by making a substitution. The main launches for a ticket, and he converts for Tamanga Boys. 29-41 here at the Nasdaq Arena.
And immediately, the response by Buffaloes is impressive. They attack the hoop, not allowing Magic to settle on that particular defensive end.
In the DC universe, they've got the Flash, who is the fastest man alive. And in the NBA, they have Dwayne Wade, who was exceptionally quick.
Yes.
In the Midlands Basketball Association, we've got Timothy Peary from Green Buffaloes. He is an equivalent of the Flash because the man is quick on his feet.
Bullets quickly. What will the Magicians respond tonight? Calm and collected. The Flash fails to make two. Hyper couldn't get that particular ball. Augustin rushing the ball up the floor, finding Jermaine. Jermaine finding Spoikan Bona to Augustin. Augustin to Elijah. Elijah loses the basketball.
That's happening for the second time.
Exactly.
I think Elijah, I don't know if he's being helped or grabbed in that key.
Yep.
Snake Muscle launches a three. Snake Muscle fails to convert. It is Timothy the Flash. Timothy the Flash.
Hyper immediately trying to get the ball.
Come on. 29-42.
Foul was on Eddie Vumba, who's currently sitting at 2 fouls now. Must be careful. Joseph Bwabwa making the first three-point. So it is 41-32 actually. 1 minute 29 seconds. Wilfred checks into the game. Thinks about it. Got it by Jermaine. The Flash. Immediately.
I mean,
Impressively, the Flash is responding to whatever.
Timothy's speed is unguardable.
Exactly.
Timothy's speed is ridiculously unguardable.
Fails to make the first.
Showing everybody why he got the MVP of the tournament that was held on the Copper Belt.
And makes the second.
So it's 42 to 10-point game. Green Buffaloes ahead of Matero Magic. Elijah launches, Elijah misses. Joseph Baba challenges. It is Chinyama who secures the rebound for Green Buffaloes. Timothy on the attack.
Calmly, Wilfred crosses over, steps back, finding Eddie Vumba. Eddie Vumba out of balance, takes the two. Quick and fix, drives, misses. Elijah there to make the Buffaloes are sleeping.
42 to 34, 8-point game once again with a few minutes remaining to the the halftime. Substitution there. It is Chairway who replaces Barrow. What a brilliant pass there. What a good pass there. Off the pick. I love the way Emmanuel is making use of the picks in this game. Yeah. And I think Primavos has done an amazing job of pick and roll plays.
Fair to make the second one. Spike and Goma. Looking at the clock. Trying to find a line. Maue. Makes a 3-point shot.
It is 37 to 43. 6-point game at the half. It is a 6-point game. And we have closed the first half here at Matero Magic. So I don't know, there's an exchange going on there between Augustine Kinda, the referee, and Eddie Vumba.
The contention is that whenever Eddie Vumba tries to shoot the ball,
He always
Kicks.
throws the legs,
Yeah.
he kicks.
halftime right now, 43-38. Matero Magic are down 43 to 38 in this particular ball game. Halftime, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, everyone. I am here with the coach of Matero Magic. Coach, how are you feeling about today's game?
It's an interesting game. It's a fun game to watch. It's a fun game to be a part of.
Okay, so coach, you have managed to reduce this game to a 6-point lead. What do you wish to do in the second half to make the game better and possibly take over the lead?
I think we just need to take our chances. We're attacking well, but they were not falling. In the second half, we just have to execute better. Yep.
Pardon?
I'm saying in the second half, we just have to execute better. We're trying to go to the rim. We missed a couple of shots. We just need to convert those shots in the second half.
Okay, you guys have heard it here first. The coach says they're going to do better. Thank you for having us, coach. Good evening, everyone. In a minute of time, I'll be joined by the head coach of the Green Buffaloes, who are having a 6-point lead right now. So Coach Isaiah will be here to tell us how they have the lead and how they wish to maintain that lead. Good evening, everyone. Today I will be having head coach of Green Buffaloes once again, Coach Isaiah. You're going to tell us how you have the lead and how you wish to maintain the lead in the second half.
Third quarter, we're not changing anything. We continue pushing a little bit. We apply some pressure defense on them because we've seen they have cut the lead to about 5 points. So going into third quarter, we'll make 1 or 2 adjustments. Hope we can push it back to the 10 points lead we had.
Wonderful. You guys have heard it here from the coach. So, coach, are you telling us that you're not relaxing?
No, we haven't relaxed. I think you noticed we had made 1 or 2 substitutes. We were giving a breather to 2 or 3 of our players, wanted them to have a rest, and then we'll push them back in the third quarter. Hope we manage to bring back the lead to 10 points.
Wonderful. Thank you, coach.
You're welcome.
You've heard it here, guys. The Green Buffaloes coach doesn't wish to relax. We're going to see how the third and fourth quarter turn out.
Welcome back to the NASDAQ. Oh my word.
Again.
Zamshu Arena. Okay, I think you know what? I just need to
Speak with management.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
You need some royalties.
this is
somewhere
really
there.
good to play out of hand. So, yes, we're coming to you from the Zamshu Arena in Lusaka, where Green Buffaloes Basketball Club is taking on Matero Magic in the Midlands Basketball Association regular season fixture. So far, the main uniform started slow where offense is concerned. Their defense was intact. Matero Magic offensively was okay, but they managed to secure the lead. And since then, the Tamanga boys have been trailing.
Tamangali.
Tamangali
Yes.
against.
Impressive feed right there by the fans as Zamshu is packed to the brim. And additional changes in the second half by Buffaloes. The veteran Thomas Mawaso coming back on the floor with Mike Banda reintroduced again on the particular floor. For Matero Magic, it's still the same that they close with the half. 43-38 to begin the third quarter. The servicemen doing a service for their nation in the lead right now. A team to come back from this particular type of ball game takes a lot of mental strength and will to come back. Emma at the three, thinks about it. At the back end of the Elijah, exploiting and takes advantage of the rust shot by Emmanuel to barrel his way through the penetrating defense of Buffaloes to earn himself a trip at the line. 43-40.
So it is a three-point game in the third quarter. And Elijah makes sure he converts. It is now a two-point game, 41-43. Green Buffaloes still in the lead. Thomas Mawaso on the floor.
Wabwa at the top guarding Chewif high enough. Emmanuel again on the second position shot. Gets the particular ball.
Emma is taking rushed shots. I think Emmanuel needs to make better offensive judgment because at the moment what he's doing so far is not really working well, especially for his teammates.
He's trying to create a hype.
Passing down the launches a three. Nothing but net. It is now 44-43 baskets. Matero Magic back in the lead by a point.
Courtesy of good decision by Elijah and Augustine to take advantage of that particular play. Elijah. Thomas Mawaso. Right hand drive. Blocked by Elijah Mbongo. Mike Banda. Mike Banda got himself two possessions, offensive rebounding.
And let's talk about the block. Let's talk about the block from Elijah.
Elijah on the transition lost the ball one end, coming back to find the veteran in a layup action and blocks him. Mike Banda taking advantage of the block to get himself a trip to the line. 44 up, right now. Up at the moment. Mike Banda at the free throw line right now. A good shooter on the free throw.
Matero Magic, Elijah charging forward.
Kick out to Augustine. Mike Banda again. Defensively and offensively.
Good call there by the referee. That's a good call there by the referee.
Jermaine, too early on that stop to try and get himself a charge.
You know, Thomas Mawaso saw him, and all he needed to do was just bait him a little bit and then step aside while he's having him just move.
Exactly. Kick out to Emmanuel. Emmanuel finding Mike Banda intentionally. Left alone. Thought about it. Mike Banda again. Presence by Mike Banda instrumental. Mike Banda instrumental on that particular play. On the defensive end, picks up the rebound, securing it safely, kicking it out to his teammate. On the offensive end, picks up a rebound and ends himself a trip at the line. .45-44, 8 minutes played. Oh, 2 minutes played actually. 2 minutes played.
8 minutes remaining. So Mike Banda, I love the impressive shooting form that Mike Banda is showing at the moment on the foul line. I think it works out very well if a big guy can actually convert those.
Yes.
Those are easy points.
Exactly. Augustine rushes the ball up the floor, waiting for his teammate to Elijah. Elijah thinking about it. Augustine thinks about it to Elijah. Elijah again, 3-point shot. Off, rear end. Thomas. Outside. Stops. Emmanuel. At the corner.
Coach Isaiah there after a turnover by Emmanuel, trying to make a tactical adjustment by bringing back Eddie Vumba in the game. He's had an extraordinary minutes. Snake Muscle fails.
Secured by Cherwin. Rushing up. Flash. To the
veteran
veteran.
launches. Nails it. Thomas Mavaso for Green Buffaloes. 49-44 baskets. Buffaloes back in the lead.
Attempt shots by Matero Magic are rushed on the 3-point shot. Elijah taking the shot. Spoik and Goma taking the shot. Augustine Kainga taking the shot as well. But on the other end, the effectiveness of Buffalo's Thomas Mavaso is impressive. Now addition is Eddie Vumba. He turns over the ball. Boabo attacks the rim.
Ladies and gentlemen, Johnson in the Central Arena for the Tamanga boys. It is now 49-46. Timothy Bell to connect with Mike Banda. What a brilliant play there from the 20-year-old Joseph Wabwa, waking up the house.
I mean, he went and intended to flash that ball. Held it one hand and went for the Tim Duncan slam. Steals it all. Immediately as well. Living off the hype of Joseph Bobwa's dunk, immediately goes and attacks the rim ferociously.
It is 49-46 baskets. Green Buffalo still leading here at the Zambian Arena in the soccer. Steve Chona reduces the deficit by 2, 49-47. He has an opportunity to further reduce it by 1, and he does exactly just that. We have a 1-point game here at the Zambian Arena in the third quarter. Green Buffalo is taking up Matero Magic. Eddie Vumba. Can he continue his shooting form? Skipper Thomas Mavaso finds Mike Banda.
At the apex. Easy 2 for Mike Banda, does that all day, every day in the league.
And then credit goes to Thomas Mavaso, who was able to draw the difference and create that separation. Timothy finds Mike Banda. Mike Banda books himself a trip to the foul line. I was expecting Mike Banda to go and emphatically jam that ball.
No, he wasn't in that position. He wasn't in that position. His body was parallel to the rim. Boabo fouled Mike Banda as he was trying to go for the layup.
51-48, it's a 3-point game. Once again, Mike Banda misses from the foul line this time around.
Mike Banda failing to find two on the line.
Strangely. Smith Muscle.
There was an appeal for a foul in the transition play right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, basketball is alive here at the Nasdaq Arena. Intensity there between Michael Wale Bosch and the Buffaloes of Chawe. Jump ball and it is Buffalo possession. I like what I'm seeing at the moment. It is really getting competitively nice.
It's a grown man's game. Foul committed by Chongo Chona on the MVP of the tournament.
Chawe finds Mike Banda.
Mike Banda.
Puts his way in. Steezy Chona is apparently in trouble at the moment, and Mike Banda makes Matero Magic pay by simply recognizing and taking those open lanes.
Mike Banda doing what is necessary for this particular ball game. Exploit all the weaknesses that you find in your opponent and utilize them to go to the rim. And he's doing just that. And coupling that, he's making his free throws. He's made one of two. 51-48. 5 minutes played. 5 minutes played in this particular ball game tonight.
Unfortunately, that's a wrong shot. Elijah secures the rebound. Elijah charges forward. Elijah stretches to the hook. It is 53 up. Matero Magic and Green Buffaloes are leveled at 53 apiece here at the Nasdaq Arena. Skipper Thomas Mabaso finding his way into the hook. Would that be a two?
Yeah,
a shooting foul or a sideball foul?
It has to be a shooting foul because it was in the act of making a layup. Or will it go otherwise? Side ball called by the officiating team.
Coach Isaiah there making a tactical adjustment, bringing into the game. It is now Timothy Kerr, the MVP, who's had a very good run in this fixture, being replaced by Wilfred, another talented young man.
His exceptional ball skills are a beautiful, beautiful addition to the Buffaloes team. Mike Banda looking. Chawe thinks about it. The call against Michael Wale as he was reaching on that particular ball against Chawe, who intended to go to the rim. Mike Banda working, looking, immediately, sizing up, thinks about it.
Who's up? An in-your-face two-point jumper on Elijah.
His mid-range game has improved this season.
Significantly.
And it's a good sign for Buffaloes when you have a forward like that. Elijah at the three, thinks about it. Open, carrying that, thoughts about it. launches. Calmness of the point guard and making it 55 up.
Oh my God, Wilfred, because rejected. Elijah doing the most there for Matero Magic. Working Roma with the ball, trying to find Augustin Kinda. Augustin Kinda trying to do a kick-out pass. Michael Morris gets rejected. Bosch Mali there, committing a foul.
A foul by Bosch at the free throw line of Matero. Actually, Buffaloes sees himself send the veteran to the free throw line, and you will not be disappointed by a veteran.
Obviously, the mistake, I mean, Thomas Mavaso is the wrong person to send on the free throw because you know that on any given day, he is 50% and he can definitely give you 100%. I mean,
good choice of a foul by Bosch. The veteran fails to make the first.
for all of you that are watching this broadcast on our various social media platforms, including YouTube, drop a comment, let us know where you're watching from, and we'll be able to interact with you. It is a very tight game here.
Immediate quick outlets. Couldn't make the drive. Augustine Kainda. 55.
Thomas Mavaso responds. Unfortunately, Thomas Mavaso, the veteran, and he gets fouled, books himself a trip on the foul line. It's getting chirpy.
Very cheeky.
Between Thomas Mavaso and Jermaine Moe. Super G versus the veteran El Capitano, booking himself a trip on the foul line. Matero Magic Green Buffaloes 58-55 is the scoreline here. The Tamanga boys back in the lead. What an amazing and extraordinary game that we've had here, George. I mean, the level at which these guys are playing, trading baskets, defending each other, the intensity in this game, my word. It's like we're already in the championship fever.
Exactly. Good end to round one. Intensive play by both teams.
57-58.
Elijah finding Maui couldn't get that
Can't convert
on
but
that
what a
reverse.
good find there by Elijah. Skipper left alone. Skipper all the way in. Unfortunately, Skipper there can't quite finish.
Good ball pressure by
Justin Kinda running with the precision. Elijah driving in. Mike Banda emphatically with the rebound. It is the skipper, Thomas Mavaso. It's the winner for Green Buffaloes. It is 59-58. Green Buffaloes back in the lead. Jermaine launched the three there but couldn't quite convert. It is Green Buffaloes possession once again. The veteran launches. The veteran knows it. And the house has gone Brazil. Excited. Extremely approving the decision by Thomas Mavaso, the captain of Green Buffaloes, who pulled up for that much needed three-pointer to give the military men a 4-point lead. It is 62-58 baskets.
in this particular ball game. 1 minute to end the third quarter. A trade of leads by both teams in the third quarter. One time Matero Magic leading by 1 and 3 at the point of the quarter. We saw Buffaloes rally back. Now they are down by 3. And it should be able to tell you that it is an interesting game right now. And we hope to see what the fourth quarter will bring, because Basketball, as the old saying goes, is played in the fourth quarter.
And there, George, basketball is played in the fourth quarter, and we can't really make any conclusions at the moment because both teams are making plays that have been very, very good. And for me, I'm just excited at the level of competition, especially at this stage of the season.
Yeah.
We are still in the first round, George, and this is how much heat we're getting, especially when it comes to Green Buffaloes and Matero Magic. My word, what an interesting game that we've had. What a weekend we are having here at the Zambian Arena. Those of you that are watching this live broadcast on our social media platforms, please let us know where you're watching from. Tell us what you think about this game so far. It is a 4-point game, if I'm not mistaken, George. 62-58. Green Buffaloes back in the lead, and we've seen trading of baskets here. We've seen good defensive plays from both teams. We've seen smart tactical adjustments from both technical benches.
Yes, and look at the confidence. The confidence levels of Buffaloes and Matero Magic is through the roof. You have to be confident to play such a big game. Even if you turn over the ball, you still have the love for playing it again. It's a good call from the ref.
It's a good referee there didn't want to call
Exactly.
at that particular play. I think the referee there got quite confused on that play.
Augustine
Launches.
and gets his own rebound.
That is Mukwiza there, utilizing his strength in the paint.
Shooting to substitution.
It is Jermaine, the text arrest for Matero Magic.
Dane Kansanchi. 1 minute 18 seconds.
Mukwiza there misses his first shot on the line. Mukwiza manages to score his second. 59 rather. The skipper. Hey! Dana Sanchi there. Mukwiza on the layup. Mukwiza manages to score for the Tamanga boys. It's a 1-point game. 62-61 here at the Zambian Arena in Lusaka. Green Buffaloes giving us, and Matero Magic giving us some interesting basketball. Skipper! My word, Thomas Mawasu. It's like this man is aging backwards.
Exactly.
Aging backwards.
Attacking.
This is illegal. This is illegal.
He literally attacked the hoop with intention to make the defensive end pay for that.
If you look at the number of blue jerseys that surrounded him on the play, you'd obviously think it was practically impossible to get something out of it.
Yep.
But man, he's very cunning, he's very calculating, he knows what he does when he gets the basketball.
That should tell you something about the type of player he is. Any opportunity, any open space, he will exploit and take advantage of it. Hence, him going to the free throw line. They knew what was at stake.
Skipper extends the lead of Green Buffaloes to 2 points, 63-61 here at the Zambian Arena.
Elijah almost losing that ball carelessly. Janin Sanchi at work to Augustine, touch pass to Elijah. Elijah for the three, failed. Mike Banda almost failing to secure the basketball. And yes, he does fail to secure the basketball. The attempts of Bosch have been proven to be okay. Mukwiza at the three.
Mukwiza launches.
Short front end, touch pass. Fred and Thomas Mawaso getting lucky on that particular play. Wilfred inside to Eddie Vumba.
How many? 4 balls, man. 4.
Eddie Vumba at the right time.
Augustine Kind as well having conversation with his teammates on the floor, trying to adjust and see what they can do different. Eddie converts 64 to 61. 3 points. Which Isaiah there from Green Buffaloes protesting and trying to find out how many fouls Elijah so far has accumulated in this fixture. It is a 4-point game, 65-61. Green Buffaloes up ahead.
Interestingly, the contention is that Elijah has 5 fouls, but in actual sense he has 4 now, and immediately has been substituted. Mukwiza at the 3 thinks about it. And the foul. Is there a word by the technical side that there was a yes? Wilfred was in the act of shooting to end the third quarter and has been given 3 fouls. 3 shots, actually.
So Wilfred has an opportunity to extend the lead for the Green Buffaloes, who are currently sitting on a 4-point lead here at the Zambian Arena. He makes his first one. It is now a 6-point game, 66 to 61. Wilfred misses his second.
End of the third quarter. A thrilling third quarter, I must contribute to that.
I'm telling you, George, indeed, it has been more than thrilling here at the Zambian Arena, and the crowd is loving it. You know, there are rare basketball games. There are rare basketball games where, you know, George, there are rare basketball games where fans from the first whistle are engaged in a game. And this is one of them. Green Buffaloes taking on Matero Magic, a clash of the titans in the Zambian Basketball League, Midlands Basketball Association to be precise. And we are seeing quite an interesting approach to the game. Matero Magic bringing in new signees. They've got Mukwiza and they've got Michael Mwale, who are also playing and featuring in crucial minutes of this game. But so far, Green Buffaloes restoring command of the game by 5 points, 61 to 66. Wherever you're watching us from, we are interested to know, and of course, what you think about this game, how it is progressing, and what the possible outcome may likely be. We would love to hear that from you.
Exactly. If you're watching us from all our viewing platforms or streaming platforms, we would love to hear your take on the particular ball game and how the technicality and the impressive approach by both teams is with this particular ball game. Begin of the last quarter. This is where basketball demands your mental strength and physique as well, because you really can't afford to make any mistake in such a tight particular ball game.
So the fourth quarter, George, has begun, and it is Green Buffaloes possession. Mike Banda there sizing up Daniel Musanshi. Mike Banda musters his way and punishes Daniel Musanshi.
Appreciate the patience of Mike Banda at that baseline, facing his man. 2 jabs, getting him off balance and exploiting his left shoulder to take himself to the free throw line.
Indeed, what a good read from Mike Banda. who decided to take on Musanchi one-on-one, knowing very well that Musanchi is slightly smaller than him.
Fails to make 2 on the line. Mukwiza immediately as well, failing to gain control on that particular ball. The veteran, Mawasu, up the floor to Wilfred. Wilfred sizes to Thomas. Hustle down low between Daniel Sanchi and Mike Banda. Mike Banda winning possession. As he tried to front him, Sanchi got called for the foul. Wilfred into Mike Banda again. Mike Banda thinks about it.
What a wild shot there from Mike Banda.
Very, very uncomfortable shot by Mike Banda in that particular ball game. Augustine Kainda directing traffic. Mkwiza, entry pass, kicked.
Trying to locate Bosch
Yes,
in the paint. Who has a mismatch on Eddie Vumba.
exactly. So they're going to try and go all the way to Eddie Vumba. Mispositioned by Eddie Vumba again. Fouled. Substitution now. Wilfred
Checks out of the game.
checks out, exactly. And even, I don't think that was a good decision by the referee, but it's okay. The coaches know best. Augustine Kainda on the 3 attempt, failed. The flash. Want to go behind the back of that one. Augustine. Almost double teamed.
Protected. Mike Banda.
Mike Banda has actually,
Challenge there. I hope it's not a serious thing.
as he tried to go up for the block, successfully blocking the shot. Looks like he's got a growing injury.
I hope it's not a serious injury there.
He's bleeding on his left eye.
Oh, he's bleeding from the left eye. Also, the medical personnel there calling on Mike Banda, who has sustained an injury on his left eye.
Sanchi failing.
You see what I told you about Daniel Musanchi's
Weight room.
exactly? He needs to be in the weight room. He loses the ball quite easily in the paint. Come on! Come on!
Emma again attempting the 3. Augustine Kainda finding Sanchi. Danny back to Bosch. Bosch thinks about it and is fouled at the 45. Change by Matero Magic.
Snake Maxwell checks back into the game. Matero Magic scored from Roma. Immediately he launches and he fails to convert.
Immediately rushing the ball.
Eddie Vumba launches. That's the Green Buffaloes sniper. Eddie Vumba, 69 to 61, 8-point game.
Bosch working. The veteran
Over there.
thought about it. Out. Turnover again. Spoikan Ngoma failing. The veteran fakes, thinks about it. One way. Out. Immediately, mid-range shot, 45, stops. Back end of the rim. Augustine. Finding Kuzamkwiza. Drives. Met by Chewe at the apex and denied. Spoikan Ngoma Trying to find his teammate, failed. Short. Bush on the receiving end at the free throw line. A wrong foul on an individual player, it needed to go to the flash.
So it's actually protesting at the moment.
Yep.
So it's the one protesting.
Yep. The foul was not on Chill. The foul. Change of call. Foul is on number 9. 6 minutes 49 played. 69-61. Both teams needs to display a level of mental toughness right now. You have to be in this ball game physically and mentally as well. Bosch missing both. Rebounded. Timothy to Emma to Edivumba. Out to the veteran Thomas Mavasu. Taking time. Emmanuel getting to work against Bosch. Bosch covering very well. To the veteran Mawasu. Front end short. Failing to secure the ball. Mawasu again short. Emma there for the rebound at the right time. Securing the basketball. Six minutes 19 seconds to the end of the ball game. Emmanuel at the free throw line for 2. Front end by Emmanuel. Short again. Still. Beautiful defensive effort by Augustine Kainja as Elijah made a turnover on that particular ball. Elijah finding Steezy.
And Elijah's passing in this ball game has been quite off.
Yes.
It's been quite sloppy.
Exactly. Very sloppy. May cost his team.
Chewe up against Elijah. Chewe launches.
Again, Emmanuel in the act to steal the ball. Augustine keeping it. Spoiker for the few. Phil Wabwa picks up the basketball. Securing the ball in this particular ball game.
69 to 63
to 63. It's a close encounter right now.
6-point game.
Very, very close. Spoiker and Ngoma.
Oh. What a turnover from Spoikan Ngoma. Unexpected. Wasn't that supposed to be travel? Wasn't that supposed to be travel?
It was supposed to be a travel, but the reason for the travel will not be valid.
Why?
Because there was contact on Eddie Vumba. His footing was lost not because he intentionally did it, but because there was a player who changed his lane.
Okay.
And the fans are in disbelief by the foul or the substitution change by Eddie Vumba. Emmanuel immediately immediately going to work. Exploiting the casual approach by Matero Magic, who in an inbound play failed to make the defensive stop. Emmanuel, 1 of 2.
7-point game, 63 baskets, Buffaloes in the lead.
Securing it was Jermaine Mawu, Spoika. A late whistle call right there by the ref as Spoika Ngoma was going to the hoop. Shooting 2 is the call. Spoika Ngoma 1.
Says the deficit to 6 points. It is 70-64.
Buffalo's coach appealed that there is enough contact on one end and 0 contact on the other end.
So thankfully Mike Banda is back. You know, he checked out of the game after sustaining an injury on his left eye where he was bleeding right now. Our medical professional and I've attended to him and he now has a bandage.
Spoikan failing to get the second one. Augustine Kainda. Drive, stops at the 45, floater. Failed to make it. Secured by Emmanuel. Cheryl up the floor. Finding easy Emmanuel. Failing to make it count.
Come on! Come on! Elijah's passing again.
Too far.
Mike Banda is getting ready to check into the game with a bandage wrapped around his head.
You got to give props to players who sustain an injury and still show determination to get back on the floor and want to win. Emmanuel looked like he was fouled out. Maybe. Again, some spillage on the floor.
Why is there spillage on the same side of the floor? Is it a coincidence?
Hype. Cherry. Out. Almost finding Mike Banda. Steezy with the steal. Races. Steezy. Failed to make the lane. Miscommunication from the forwards. Hyper. Mike Banda and Cheryl. Cheryl. Again, Mike Banda to work. Thomas Morris skips. Cheryl finding it. Thinking about it. Hyper. Back. Skipper. Immediately to the attack. Mid-range.
On the mid-range. 72-64.
Banks it in. Up to 45. To make it 72-64. Spoika. 4-3. Short. Elijah thought about it. Looking. Trying to find his teammates. Magic need to readjust themselves goal. It's going to cost them the game if they don't
Like I told
readjust
you,
on
at
that
the moment,
particular person.
George, I told you, the passing ability of Elijah at the moment is not really on point, and this is something that Elijah, as an individual, needs to work on.
Yep.
Passing is very key. If you're not going to complete those passes, it's going to be a challenge.
Yes.
So he needs to really look at that and correct that. But so far, again, we have to give credit to Buffaloes who are playing extremely good basketball, covering the men. They're making sure that between the leg and the man and the ball,
There's a body.
there's a body.
Yes.
So that is something that they're doing extremely well.
Exactly. You have to give them credit for everything they're trying and executing. Defensively and offensively are on point. The previous play by Thomas Mawaso gets himself and gets to a spot on the 45 and banks and makes a shot. That's a veteran play. Again, I state, in the fourth quarter, the physicality and your mental IQ has to be sharp, because any mistake will cost you the particular ball game. 4 minutes to the end of the fourth quarter and the game. Buffaloes not yet there to close the lead, but they're sitting on 72 points and 64 points for Matero Magic. 4 minutes to end the first round of the NBA log standing. Right behind their counterparts, Green Buffalo sitting at number 2 and Matero Magic at number 3. Any result in this particular ball game changes their position. Chewe at the 3. Fakes. Finds Banda down low. Thinks about it. Outside. Immediately drives. Chewe. And Hyper on the receiving end. Steezy too late to cover the ball. Steezy fouled out on the particular ball game. Their bill is a shooting 2.
Control. On driver. Up. Hey, it's a foul, hey. It's a foul,
Elijah at the 45, finding Augustine on the cross-court pass. Augustine trying to find Spoitan Ngoma for the 3. Spoitan short. Bosch altering the rebound ability of Mike Banda. Position for Buffalo. Hyper. Skip to Cherry. Cherry losing the ball. Mental toughness from both teams is required. A little bit sloppy. Mike Banda finding Hyper. Hyper getting to work. Hyper
there. That's Bush. Realizes that 74-64, 10-point game. Less than 5 minutes remaining in this campaign between the Green Buffaloes and Matero Magic.
failing to convert one. Elijah thinks about it. On the entry drive by Elijah, and he is fouled. Substitution. Bush for Dill. The Birthday grown man.
Birthday boy. Exactly. Birthday boy. So for those of you that do not know, it is David Masamba's birthday today.
Elijah makes one. Makes the second.
66-74. 1-point game.
Finding the victory. The play. Hyper. Shot clock violation. Mismanagement on the shot clock right there. The appeal is that there was something that would alter their mental state. Elijah failing to make the first one. Minutes 30 seconds in the fourth. Ladies and gentlemen, 74-67. Is the ball game right now. Stoppage in play. Stoppage in play. Shot clock management. You have to be in the arena to feel the intensity. Both teams do not want to see themselves on the end of a loss. Matero Magic currently at 67. Green Buffaloes sitting at 74. 2 minutes 30 seconds to end the fourth. We're looking at an interesting. David to Augustine. Augustine steals immediately to the drive. Failing. Short. And he securing the position. David thinks about it. Shot. 74-70. Fakes. Hyper. And Elijah earning his 5th foul on what looked like a block, but made enough contact for the ref to officiate and call a foul. Elijah fouled out. And Hyper earns himself a trip to the line. Failing to make the first. And he makes the second. 5-point play. A minute. 40 seconds. Augustine thinks about it. To the basketball. David fakes. Thought about it short.
There's no hands there.
Altering the shot.
Defended that short incredibly well.
Hyper again. 70 Zambian 70. Under 60 seconds. Augustine launches. Trigger happy. Failing. Steezy. Baseline. Misses. Found. Magic response.
79, 7-point game. Green Buffaloes in the lead.
46 seconds to play. And 72-71. Steezy makes an and one. He has one shot at the free throw line. 46 seconds. The particular ball game. Next one. And is immediately fouled. And what looked like a 2-for-1 possession where Matero Magic wanted to close the lead. But again, it's the wrong person to foul. The best Matero Magic need to do is stop him from receiving the basketball. Then you wouldn't put yourself in that position. And the chanting by the servicemen, ready to salute. Another 21 gun salute, and the barracks are happy with the result. Sealing that lead for Buffaloes, the veteran Thomas Mabasu. David to Augustine. Augustine picks a ball to Bosch. To David at the field, finding Steezy. He is fouled on that entry pass from David. Good patience on the swing. 29 seconds to play in the ball game. The captain at the free throw line, Chongo Chona. And he makes one. Mike Band fouls immediately. game tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta be here to experience the chants. The servicemen are at it again. Mike Banda failing to make one. You have to be here, ladies and gentlemen, to experience this right now. Bosch, thinking about it. Fails. Mike Banda secures the rebound. Out to Cheru. Fouled on that particular play.
As the men in uniform are leading Matero Magic here 82 baskets to 74, and that is an 8-point lead. Sounds and chants of victories beginning to come alive in this arena, and the supporters as well are beginning to feel and celebrate the beautiful display of the game of basketball here. It has not been an easy encounter.
No, it hasn't.
For Green Buffaloes, Mike Banda playing with the band-aid on his head, and of course,
Augustine racing, trying to attempt a three, and he is short. The serviceman.
Time out for Coach Isaiah as chants of victory continue for Green Buffaloes this evening.
Exactly.
Yes, it was a big game in the NBA between Matero Magic and Green Buffaloes, but today, Saturday, belongs to the men in uniform.
Exactly. Picking up where they left from last weekend from the tournament, they proved that they belong here. And they're here and they're not going anywhere in the top 4 slots.
And they've demonstrated that this evening. Again, their formidable opponent, which is Matero Magic.
Now it is the Buffaloes, the servicemen have emerged victorious in what is the first round of the NBA league encounter. The servicemen dribble out that particular play.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it ends in a particular fourth. There's going to be a 21-gun salute for the servicemen tonight as they close the end of round 1 and changing the log standings of this encounter, putting them in second position. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. A few words from the particular Wedgson. It was been an interesting encounter. The serviceman, of course, the veteran himself, Thomas Mavaso, closing the particular ball game and delivering the killer punch from the Buffaloes. If you've been viewing us from all our streaming platforms, join us next week again for what will be the particular end of the round 2 fixture. Join us tomorrow, right here at Zamshu, to experience the last games. My name is George Kabwebwe, and of course, by the main anchor, Winston Mavaro.